Everyone. It's so nice to be here with you today, and I'm actually feel kind of honored to speak today with you. Okay, I will try to share my screen, and then I will continue speaking. This one. So hopefully you see and you hear me. So today I'm going to speak about this Fulbright program. You already heard that it was mentioned previously. This program, Teaching Excellence and Achievement. First, when I was thinking about this conference, what to talk about today, I was in doubt because I returned from this program this spring. I was in US in Nevada, Reno for 6 weeks, and I received plenty of materials, so many new resources, especially technology resources, different kind of new ideas, different kind of practical exercises to use into my classroom, etc. So, but nevertheless, I decided to devote my today's speech to this program itself, because I think that this is something you, all teachers or all English teachers, need to experience. It is something invaluable, in my opinion. It is a life-changing experience. It was for me. I can say it from my heart. It changed me personally and professionally as well. So I feel kind of all world is open to me right now. So it is kind of inspirational and motivational speech towards you. So just to take chance and apply for this program. Again, one more reason why I'm talking about this program and I'm trying to encourage you is the reason that we teachers nowadays, we need to be a role models. Actually, we need to be champions, we need to be leaders, we need to be that kind of persons who inspire others, and especially who inspire our students. And in order we could be such kind of persons, we need to inspire ourselves, we need to motivate ourselves, and we need to find these ways how to do it. And I think this is one of the ways we can do it. And this Fulbright program is really, really great opportunity to take. So now a little bit about my personal experience, how I went through it and what happened actually in the US in some words. So if you want to take part in this program, you already heard, you need to submit an online application form. It is quite long form. You are submitting it, and afterwards you are waiting kind of results, or if you are successful, you are asked to go to an interview to US Embassy in Latvia. So after the interview, if it's again successful, you are taking TOEFL exam, and afterwards you are waiting the decision from Washington. Are you successful or not? So, and it all takes kind of a really long time, from the beginning till receiving the final results. It took me 1 year. And I applied in 2018 in the autumn, and I received the results only next year in autumn. So, and again, I was so happy. I was enormously happy when I received this approval that I have been selected, and I will have possibility to go to US to study for these 6 weeks. I received really great formal documents, and I was really happy. But again, it took me 1 more year to go there. So, and I was supposed to go to US in September 2020. But as you know, the situation, the COVID-19, due to this situation, this program was postponed, and I went to United States only this spring. So in my case, actually, the process from the beginning till the real date when I went to US was almost 3 years. And maybe it was also good if I'm thinking about that, because I want to mention I still have a daughter, a little daughter, but in 2018, when I was thinking about this program to apply or not, my little daughter was the reason I was really considering. So because, you know, she's so small, she was only 2 years old at that time, and 6 weeks is kind of a long time of period, and you know, the children is growing fast, and yeah, I was a little bit in doubts about that, but I applied, and the time the process took was really kind of long. So actually, she was 4.5 years old when I went to US, and I was really it was really good for me, this kind of situation. But again, don't be discouraged if I'm saying that it takes a long time, or the process is long. It is worth it. It is definitely worth it. I can assure you. Due to COVID, you know, everything is a little bit or maybe significantly changed due to this situation. So the program was changed as well. And we didn't go to Washington as it should be normally. We didn't meet other fellows from other universities. We went straight to Nevada, Reno, and we were locked in our hotel rooms for 10 days. And it sounds, and it was really terrible, actually. You can imagine living in 4 walls for 10 days. It wasn't great experience, but again, you know, it was an experience, something completely different. And that thing, we knew that there are 17 other fellows in the same kind of situation as you are, and it gave kind of strength and not willingness, just strength to go through it. And it was interesting experience when you are getting know other fellows from different countries through Zoom meetings. I can mention that actually I hate Zoom meetings. I really do hate them. But you know, we don't have any chances, or we can't do anything about that. I'm emotional. I'm really emotional person, and I need this interaction with people I'm talking about. Actually, today is also not easy for me to talk to you. I would love to be in hall to see all your faces, to talk to you in person. But now I'm talking kind of to myself. And you know, we teachers, we are struggling. It's so hard. And for me, it was actually hard in spring before I went to US to speak to my students, to see their empty faces, unwillingness to do anything. And you know, when you are in person, you can encourage the person, but when you are talking through screen, it's so hard. And I was really struggling about that. And actually, I was again happy that I have this possibility to go to US to see how things happen there, what are they doing? How are they helping the students? What are their students looking like? And so let's back to my experience. So the first 10 days, just Zoom sessions from early morning till late afternoon. We were having Zoom sessions. We had great professors talking to us. We had also IREX sessions, which was organized from Washington together with other university fellows. We were talking about different topics. We were introduced to United States educational system. We were making our goals, short-term goals and long-term goals. And yeah, they gave us a lot of information, so much information, and actually really useful information. What else I want to mention, that when you go there, you will feel, I don't know, privileged, actually, yeah, privileged to be there, because all professors, and also there was the president of University of Nevada who spoke to us, and they all made you think about your profession more deeply, in that way that, you know, you are the best of the world's best teachers if you are here, there in the United States. And again, they mentioned that, you know, the teachers are the most important profession in the world, because you make changes. Sometimes you don't feel that you are changing the world, but actually, you know, if you are changing your students' lives, and we do so. Students are part of the world, so we are changing the world. And it was something amazing what I experienced there. Not only these American professors, all fellow teachers from around the world, was something incredible. So after the quarantine, we were so lucky. Maybe you can imagine when you are locked and you can't do anything, and then you are released, how happy you are. So we were so grateful to see each other in person. We were so happy to meet our professors. And again, some changes were made. We couldn't go to the University of Nevada. We were forbidden due to COVID, of course. And our all sessions happened in our hotel. We were living in a really luxurious, I would say, hotel. It was Casino Hotel. Again, something completely different experience. Due to COVID, we were living in this luxurious hotel. We were having in the kind of each of us had single rooms, and although these restrictions and many things were taken away from us, but again we were given some other things. So to live in a Casino Hotel, such an experience. It was something amazing. So all the studies happened in the basement, in the hall of this hotel. So every morning we went downstairs, we had sessions all day long. Afterwards we had homeworks and of course some free time. Here are listed some sessions we had. Norming sessions was something really interesting. And actually, we were talking a lot about our worries and about our cultural differences and how to overcome them, and how to feel better if you are not feeling good. Then we had, of course, general pedagogy. As I mentioned already, goal planning. We needed to set a short-term goal and achieve it, and we needed to make a long-term goal. We had also leadership sessions, technology sessions. They were awesome. Two wonderful, brilliant, I don't know how to say more, technology teachers were working with us. and they gave so much useful information, different kind of sites, different tools, text, you know. I would love to share something with you as well. For example, these extensions. I have never heard about such kind of things. And yesterday I presented something to my colleagues and just showed tools I have learned. And also my school's technology teachers didn't know anything about that and they were not using. So I was so happy and glad that I could share something with them, something useful. And we had also English workshop. We had readings, a lot of readings again, these home tasks readings, and yeah, it is something we were studying hard, actually, really hard. And my colleague who will speak the next, I think she will agree with everything I'm saying right now. General pedagogy, again, this was a little bit different session. We were talking a lot about skillful teacher, and this session was mainly really practical. Every session we were doing practical exercises, practical tasks, what to implement in our real classrooms when we are working with real students. And again, I want to mention that all these sessions, all professors, all work was organized kind of, we were not only learning, all the time we were working in pairs or groups in every session. So we exchanged our thoughts, experiences. We were thinking together, putting together all these cultural differences to help us to do something. And this sharing process with the outstanding teachers around the world is something invaluable. So this is, again, why I'm talking. It's hard to give in sentences, or to say in some sentences what it is, what this experience gives you. You need to be there, you need to go, you need to apply for this program. Some other activities we had this fantastic opportunity to being tested for COVID every week. we were laughing about that, but yeah, we needed to do so. Why to complain if we have to do it? So we were tested every day. Then we had the opportunity to meet students from University of Nevada. They were kind of to be teachers, and we were talking, unfortunately through Zoom, with students. Then we have some after school activities, if we can say so. Oh, yeah, there were organized some activities, although we were forbidden to kind of leave the Reno, and we couldn't go to some field trips that normally would be possible because of COVID. We were forbidden, but nevertheless, we had something, some opportunities to do something volunteer work as well. And we had a fantastic 2-day excursion field trip to Lake Tahoe. There we had also these team building activities, and we had virtual meetings with host families. And yeah, you know, it wasn't just studying. We got to know also Americans, American lifestyle, American people, not only professors. And so again, something a little bit different. And at first we were said that we wouldn't have possibility to visit schools. because of COVID, of course, you know. And then it was said that it's upon your partner teacher and their school and the principal of that school. Will they allow you to go there or not? And I was so lucky, really lucky. I had the possibility to visit actually two schools. One was this one middle school where I met teachers, where I observed lessons, where I taught lessons, where I interviewed students and interacted with them. So really great experience. But I want to mention that this one middle school, the students there were mostly immigrants, those whose first language is not English. And afterwards, the second school I had the possibility to visit was North Valley High School. It was completely different experience, completely different school environment, and it was also something invaluable actually to see how it works, and that America is really diverse country. We know it, but yeah, there is not only the good and excellent and nice things, there are also the bad side of it. And I think that I saw both sides of it, and you can then make your own opinion about it and your own thoughts. And yeah, this was fantastic experience. Also different from how it should be in this normal Fulbright program. Due to COVID, it was changed, but again, I think it was fantastic experience and invaluable. So, and in the end, we of course received certificates for taking part in this program. We had a great ceremony and you know, the one thing I want to mention, 6 weeks, it is quite a long time, but when you are there, the time goes, and I actually didn't miss home. I missed my daughter, of course, you know, it is, I'm a woman, I love my children, I miss them, but the feeling I didn't miss home, and I was crying badly when we said goodbye to each other. But again, you know, this experience in Fulbright T program gave me so many fantastic, outstanding fellow teachers to be friends right now. We are still contacting to each other, and I believe that we will keep on communicating for many years. And during summer, I took part in different Zoom meetings with my world teachers. I talked to African students several times. We had Zoom sessions with Thailand and Argentina, and we are thinking about how to cooperate in September when my students will be at school. So everything is going on. Actually, it was excellent experience, and I wish every teacher have it. So therefore, I'm just encouraging you to take part in this project. But nothing ends. So because after this program, I really feel that all world is open to me. And I sometimes compare myself or just thoughts about myself that, yeah, you can live in your little pond. Yeah, you are kind of really cozy there. Everything is known and surrounding is known. And yeah, the life is kind of good. But when you kind of step out of the comfort zone, when you do something more, maybe you are not really brave, but you are doing something, then you understand that there is an ocean. There is not only your little pond, there is an ocean, and this ocean is open to you. So the world is open to you. So dear teachers, I know it's so hard. Actually, I really know from my heart that it's so hard to be teacher. It is hard, and I know it's not profession, it's a mission, and we are not working as teachers for money. Everyone knows that, but we also we need to shine, or we need to inspire our students, but we need to think about ourselves as well. We need to be motivated in order to motivate others. So, dear teachers, I want to say that just try to find opportunities, trying to find options, what to do, how to step out of your comfort zone, actually, because these things are making you better, and these things are giving you back the passion sometimes. So actually, that's it for my speech, but I want to share one TED Talk. It is Rita Pierson TED Talk. Every child needs a champion, and maybe some of you have seen already it. And in this case, I'm sure that you know that it's worth it. So, I'm trying to.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
So, hopefully there won't be any commercials. No, there are commercials. I'm so sorry for that.
It's an older version. Can you send an updated?
Monica, check your messages when you can. There's something important in there.
I have spent my entire life either at the schoolhouse, on the way to the schoolhouse, or talking about what happens in the schoolhouse. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. And for the past 40 years, I've done the same thing. And so needless to say, over those years, I've had a chance to look at education reform from a lot of perspectives. Some of those reforms have been good, some of them have been not so good. And we know why kids drop out. We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best, and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like. She said, that's just a bunch of hooey. And I said to her, well, your year is going to be long and arduous, dear. Needless to say, it was. Some people think that you can either have it in you to build a relationship or you don't. I think Stephen Covey had the right idea. He said you ought to just throw in a few simple things, like seeking first to understand as opposed to being understood. Simple things like apologizing. You ever thought about that? Tell a kid you're sorry, they're in shock. I taught a lesson once on ratios. I'm not real good with math, but I was working on it. And I got back and looked at that teacher edition. I taught the whole lesson wrong. So I came back to class the next day and I said, look, guys, I need to apologize. I taught the whole lesson wrong. I'm so sorry. They said, that's okay, Miss Pearson. You were so excited. We just let you go. I have had classes that were so low, so academically deficient that I cried. I wondered, how am I going to take this group in 9 months from where they are to where they need to be? And it was difficult. It was awfully hard. How do I raise the self-esteem of a child and his academic achievement at the same time? One year I came up with a bright idea. I told all my students, you were chosen to be in my class because I am the best teacher and you are the best students. They put us all together so we could show everybody else how to do it. One of the students said, really? I said, really? We have to show the other classes how to do it. So when we walk down the hall, people will notice us. So you can't make noise, you just have to strut. And I gave him a saying to say, I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. And they said, yeah. You say it long enough, it starts to be a part of you. And so, I gave a quiz, 20 questions. Student missed 18. I put a +2 on this paper and a big smiley face. He said, Miss Pearson, is this an F? I said, yes. He said, then why'd you put a smiley face? I said, because you on the roll. You got 2 right, you didn't miss them all. I said, and when we review this, won't you do better? He said, yes, ma'am, I can do better. You see, -18 sucks all the life out of you. +2 said, I ain't all bad. For years, I watched my mother take the time at recess to review, go on home visits in the afternoon, buy combs and brushes and peanut butter and crackers to put in her desk drawer for kids that needed to eat, and a washcloth and some soap for the kids who didn't smell so good. See, it's hard to teach kids who stink. And kids can be cruel. And so she kept those things in her desk, and years later, after she retired, I watched some of those same kids come through and say to her, you know, Miss Walker, you made a difference in my life. You made it work for me. You made me feel like I was somebody when I knew at the bottom I wasn't. And I want you to just see what I've become. And when my mama died 2 years ago at 92, there were so many former students at her funeral. It brought tears to my eyes, not because she was gone, but because she left a legacy of relationships that could never disappear. Can we stand to have more relationships? Absolutely. Will you like all your children? Of course not. And you know your toughest kids are never absent. Never. You won't like them all, and the tough ones show up for a reason. It's the connection, it's the relationships. And while you won't like them all, the key is they can never, ever know it. So teachers become great actors and great actresses, and we come to work when we don't feel like it, and we listen to policy that doesn't make sense, and we teach anyway. We teach anyway because that's what we do. Teaching and learning should bring joy. How powerful would our world be if we had kids who were not afraid to take risks, who were not afraid to think, and who had a champion? Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. Is this job tough? You betcha. Oh God, you betcha. But it is not impossible. We can do this. We're educators. We're born to make a difference. Thank you so much.
So that's it. That's it from me. I will try to stop sharing my screen. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.